Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Some for students with bright futures, others the teachers helping them get there. As more victims of the Texas school shooting are identified, we're learning more about the senseless act of violence that ended their lives.
And tonight we're asking Michigan lawmakers what, if anything, they're doing to try and stop the next one. But first, we want to bring you up to date with what we're learning about the tragedy in Uvalde, Texas.
Investigators say the 18-year-old gunman was a high school dropout. They say he purchased the semi-automatic rifle March 17th. The next day, he bought more than 375 rounds of ammo. About 30 minutes before the shooting, Ramos sent 3 messages on Facebook. First, that he was going to shoot his grandmother, then that he had shot her, and finally, that he was going to shoot an elementary school.
President Biden is planning to travel to Texas in the coming days to visit the families of the shooting victims. 19 students and 2 teachers are gone. And this afternoon, some of the victims' family members have been sharing their heartbreak.
10-year-old Lexi Rubio was killed inside Robb Elementary. This is what her father is saying today.
All I can hope is that she's just not a number. Hopefully something gets resolved. That's all we ask. Hopefully something gets resolved.
I know this is very difficult, but what would you like to get resolved? What would you like to see resolved at this point?
Damn violence, guns. I'm a cop. I'm a deputy here in Uvalde County. This is enough. This is enough. No one else needs to go through this. We never needed to go through this, but we are.
Now, you heard that father say he's a police officer, and he's not the only member of law enforcement calling for change.
One sheriff in Florida today echoing that sense of frustration.
But we also need to start focusing on putting the pressures on our elected officials. This is not our first time as a country. It's not our first journey down this dark path. And unfortunately, we all are educated enough to know this won't be our last time. And there's a continued pattern of discussion, conflict among party lines, but yet no resolution.
No, and today Americans are asking all too familiar questions, like why does this seem to only consistently happen in America?
And there are new questions, too, like if lawmakers can quickly collaborate to fight a pandemic or a baby food shortage, why not to stop children being killed in school? Jason Colthorpe is here. Jason, you reached out to every Michigan lawmaker in Congress today. What did you hear?
Well, Kim, the question was pretty simple. What, if anything, are you going to do to stop or at least reduce the number of school shootings in this country? I tried to leave that open to all sorts of solutions, but many answers came back to guns.
After Sandy Hook, you would think that we would act.
As we all know, lawmakers have not acted. School shootings continue, and even legislation supported by both Republicans and Democrats to help prevent them goes nowhere and fades away with each tragedy.
The lack of humanity of sitting there saying that we can't do anything. My God, I mean, we've normalized school shootings like this in our country, and it's devastating. And these poor parents and the people, again, sending their kids to school, and now they're not coming back home. Why? Because of a Jim Crow type law called the filibuster.
The increasing use of the filibuster essentially means legislation needs 60 votes to pass the Senate instead of a simple majority. On the Senate floor today, where a bipartisan bill on background checks sits, Senator Debbie Stabenow asked for enough Republicans to help pass something, anything.
We just need 10 people to stand up and go, this is too much. This has gone too far. We can do better than this. Because if not now, what is the number? I'd like to ask Leader McConnell, what is the number? How many children will he describe and sympathy will he show for dead children on the floor of the U.S. Senate before it's enough? How many? 100 more? 200 more? 1,000 more? When is it enough?
We got to do what is necessary at this moment. This is a huge crisis. People should be able to grocery shop without being killed. They should be able to send their children to school so they can come home, they can tuck them in. And this all is happening because, again, a small minority has this power under the filibuster. Enough is enough. We got to move forward.
Now, several lawmakers were unable to go on camera for an interview today, including both Republicans in our area. But Republican Lisa McClain did give us this statement, quote, "Unfortunately, amidst this tragedy, many of my colleagues will say that it is time to take away law-abiding citizens' constitutional right to bear arms. However, we must remember that it was not a law-abiding citizen who caused the tragedy yesterday. The shooter shot his own grandmother and innocent children. He was a mentally disturbed individual who didn't care about following gun laws. The real issue here is mental health, not gun laws."
Disappointed that I didn't hear from more lawmakers. I'm wondering, the ones that you contacted, Jason, did they all at least respond?
Not everybody, actually. We were able to contact most people. Republican Peter Meyer and Democrat Alyssa Slotkin weren't able to give us a statement by the time we went to air, but I got no response from Haley Stevens, a Democrat, and Republicans Tim Walberg, Bill Huizenga, and Jack Bergman. We should point out Jack Bergman is up in Gaylord, I should say. Very much has his hands full up there, too. So should point that out, guys.
All right, Jason.
Thank you. Well, as the nation grieves following the heartbreaking school shooting, Lester Holt is live on the ground in Uvalde, Texas, anchoring an extended one-hour edition of NBC Nightly News. That begins at 6:30 immediately following this broadcast.
Here in Shelby Township, police arrest an 18-year-old for allegedly threatening to shoot and kill students at an unspecified school. And interestingly here, it was Texas Rangers who notified Shelby PD of the terrorist post made on social media. The teen was taken to the Shelby Township Police Department. Weapons found in his home were removed for safekeeping, and we await word on what, if any, charges may be filed.
All right, well, Storm Tracker 4, busy, showing there are more rain chances coming our way, but for now, a little bit of a break.
Let's turn things over to Paul with a look at weather. Paul?
Yeah, hey there. We do have a nice break right now. Most of the area is dry at this point. We're doing pretty well. We have one little shower here. I mean, this is really little tiny stuff here. Very light, and we're basically getting into Chesterfield Township. You can see right along 21 Mile Road here. So again, not big deal stuff. This is nothing to worry about. We do have the chance for a couple of scattered showers or storms later on this evening, and we'll talk more about that in about 10 minutes. But right now, if you're getting out the door, a lot of us are in the 60s, but notice we're starting to pop into the 70s in some spots with some breaks of sun developing and also a warm front approaching. And so through the evening, not much drop in temperature, just kind of hanging in the mid to upper 60s. But coming up, we're going to be talking about storm chances, multiple storm chances through Friday, including some heavy rain possibility and big time heat for the holiday. All that straight ahead, guys.
Paul, thank you. People have done some really awful things for attention on social media, and one of the latest took place near Greektown in Detroit. A now viral video shows a man stomping on a soda bottle, sending its contents spraying into the face of a man sleeping on the street. Victor Williams is live where it happened. Victor, there's a lot of sympathy for this man.
Oh, yeah, and what happened in that video all took place right out here in the middle of the street and on the sidewalk mainly. It was all done for clout, but as you'll see, no one is impressed.
That's kind of low down.
It's terrible. No one should be treated like that at all.
Not a single person we spoke to was happy with how a more than likely homeless man was assaulted in what has now become a viral video.
Realistically, it was pretty disgusting, honestly, and it's just unnecessary.
I just didn't like to see it. I just think that it's just poor citizenship as a member of the city of Detroit to do something like that. And he should be embarrassed.
Several people are now hoping to find the man victimized in the video to be of assistance.
I would help. I try to give as much as possible.
Including Mixed Bricktown owner Angela Vincent.
I would definitely look out and see, what I could do to kind of make him feel better about the situation, because I know he probably feels, disrespected.
Just having soda sprayed on you is just inhumane. While you're trying to sleep, at least get him a bed for the night.
Bryant White, on the other hand, is hoping to be a positive role model on how he treats the less fortunate.
I have myself tried to do a few things for the gentleman that I see over there, and I've seen other people bring up food to them, blankets and things like that. Those are the examples you should set, not what we saw in that video.
And if caught, the person responsible could be facing potential charges. Live in Bricktown, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Victor, thanks.
Slowing drivers down. That's what's happening in Roseville outside Roseville Middle School. Julia Wallace was hit in the crosswalk there as she was walking to school. Sean Lay live at that crosswalk where Roseville's police chief says that there's been a major safety change put in place since this happened. Sean?
Roseville's police chief, he tells me that safety improvements are coming, and one is already in place by slowing drivers down right here on very busy Martin Road. Now, we also spoke with Julia's mother, and she says there is also an improvement in Julia's condition. It's been exactly 1 month since Julia Wallace was hit in a crosswalk as she was walking to Roseville Middle School. She's been in the hospital with a devastating brain injury ever since. Today, a Roseville officer helping kids cross at dismissal. Julia's mother tells me that Julia has made improvements since the grim outlook over the past few weeks. Her daughter has opened one eye, giving Julia's mom hope. She says it's unclear how much permanent damage has been done. What about improvements in safety at the crosswalk that has no stop signs for traffic that speeds by on Martin Road? Roseville's police chief tells me he's requested a traffic control order to reduce the speed limit to 25 miles an hour here and near the high school. Sheila DeVellis takes time out of her day to help kids cross here. She's reacting to the speed slowdown.
That sounds like a very great common sense move because this is a residential area.
And she's reacting to Julia, slowly healing, but healing nonetheless.
A message to the human spirit about people coming together and praying and people being there for each other. And I think that that positive energy is helping her.
Roseville's chief also tells me that a traffic study has been underway for several weeks now that may add lights and signs here and to other crosswalks in Roseville. In Roseville, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean.